Hey guys, Sleep Grandma here. We're listening to Cat Trumpet, and this is one of my favorites because I used to play this in my classroom with the preschoolers. 3 hours relaxing guitar. You just have it kind of like playing in the background while you're working or studying something. Very cool. Now all I need is the guitar. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you today about when I first got sober. I talked about yesterday that, I've struggled a lot with relapsing in the past. And, I don't dwell on that because I already wasted enough time being stubborn and working and then not working the program, whatever. I already wasted a lot of time. I don't want to waste more time looking back. So what I will say is that I don't recommend it, obviously. And for me, the only way I was able to stay sober was by giving it completely to God. God keeps me sober. I don't. I know that I said yesterday that I thought I was a shit because I've stayed sober and I've saved my own life, but really, I didn't. God did it. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, gosh, I shouldn't have said that because there goes my ego, right? God saved my life, not me. Jehovah saved my life, not me. And he continues to give me a daily reprieve when I ask him. I get up every morning and ask him, and I thank him every night and just keep that ball rolling. But, when I first got sober, I didn't do that. I didn't do it for all those years. I just kept trying to do it on my own. Didn't depend on God. I wouldn't rely on him, even though he was right there. I just would not rely on him. I thought I can handle this myself, whatever. You handle these other things over here, I'll handle this myself. So, yeah, that was a big mistake. But let me tell you, when I first got sober, I was going to go to meetings when I was still married, but I was sure my husband at the time would make fun of me and, wonder where I was because he was a real control freak. So we got a divorce, and after the divorce, I started going, as you know, I was married for 26 years, so that was traumatic. And then to get sober, I was terrified because I said to myself, oh my God, am I going to crumble into pieces if I stop drinking? Because am I going to start freaking out? Am I going to be at work and start going into convulsions or what? I didn't know what was going to happen. So it was very scary. But I did it. I never went to rehab. What happened? I'm trying to think. I think I retired from that prominent hospital, and then I was kind of like between jobs because I went from administrative assistant to drug addiction research to I wanted to be a preschool teacher, which is what I always wanted to be. And so I had some time on unemployment, and I decided I got to get sober. I got to, at least if I'm not working, I can lay down if I don't feel good. So I started going to AA meetings and listening. And I was listening, but I kept trying to put my hands on it and do it my way. And that's the problem because we already tried to do it our way for a long time. And we know where that goes. We've proven time and time again where that goes. And despite having gone down that road so many times, I continue to do it. And that's insanity, That is pure insanity. And you think, oh, it'll be different this time. Well, no, it's not. And then you wonder why it wasn't different. Well, because you're not doing it the right way. So, but I do want to say some of the symptoms I had. At one point, I had to cut all my hair off because I was sweating so profusely. I was all swollen, and from the alcohol, and also my skin would crawl a lot when I was drinking and when I wasn't drinking. I had a horrible time sleeping when I stopped drinking. So do the best that you can to navigate those waters. Try to meditate. Try to at least rest your body. And just don't drink to go to sleep again, because it's not going to get any better if you do it again. It's not. I mean, I'm honest with you. Now, I know that in these videos I divulge a lot of personal information, and people may say, why is she putting all her business out there, you know? Well, you know, people are free to make any judgments they'd like. I mean, that's fine. If I can provide entertainment for those people, that's fine. I don't care. They don't pay my bills. I'm just hoping that maybe someone won't feel alone and can identify and relate. But most of all, I want you to know that you will get through this, okay? You can stop drinking. It is not impossible, and you can survive it. Now, I would recommend that you do it under doctor's supervision. And maybe you may need to taper off instead of stopping cold turkey, but if you can, because some people can't. I couldn't. But yes, you know, it is possible to stop. But I really recommend that you work the steps in order, please, not out of order. A lot of people like to work them out of order. Well, you know, I stopped drinking last week and now I want to make my amends, which is step 9. No, they're in order for a reason, okay? And the reason is that you're going to break down those walls of insanity so you can get down to causes and conditions. And then you can go to that person and ask for an amends. But you have to do all the other stuff first. They're in order for a reason. Okay? So many people want to jump around because that's the same issue, is that you're impatient. And you need to learn how to slow down. We need to learn how to slow down and take things. And that's also a source of control. You know, you want to control. So you're going to do the steps in your order that you see fit. You know, an old timer in California named Rick says that he's an egomaniac with an inferiority complex. And that's pretty much it. That's us. A lot of us are, we think we know better. We think there's a lot of arrogance. There's a lot of, I'm going to do it my way. You know, my way's better. I'm so smart I can figure this out, all that kind of stuff. So the steps are in order so you can break down the arrogance, the control, be humbled. That way you'll be willing to really do the rest of the steps without being traumatized. This is not for pussies, okay? This program is not for pussies. I mean, in the sense that you have to be submissive to the program. You know, you have to be willing to do the steps in order, willing to follow direction, willing to attend meetings, willing to lead a meeting if they ask you to, willing to share your story from the podium once you've done the steps. Willing, and teachable. And not a lot of people can do that. Now, also, you want quality sobriety. You don't really want quantity. You want quality. I mean, what's the use of you having 10 years sobriety if you're raging all the time? Or 20 years of sobriety so you can show off to your friends, I have 20 years of sobriety. But you're a raging maniac and everybody knows it. That's not quality sobriety. If you had 3 good years of quality sobriety where you've really gotten to the cause and condition and really changed your behavior, that's more admirable than amounts. It's quality, not quantity. Okay, so just remember that you're looking to change your life. I know maybe sometimes you say, well, I'm not looking to change my life. Just looking to stop drinking. Well, are you really? Because if that's what you're looking for, they say that they have pills out there. But what drove you to drink like that in the first place? Causes and conditions. Don't you want to know? I know I do. Because once we know, then we have the opportunity to discover and discard. And I've discovered and discarded so many things that I didn't even know I was upset about. And I wrote about them, I journaled about them, I talked to my sponsor about them, and I threw them away. You know, I had a friend in AA that she had done the steps. She sponsored girls, but there was one thing she couldn't let go of. She was addicted to men. She had been molested by her father, and she just couldn't get over that, and she ended up hanging herself. So it really is, of course, I'm not going to mention her name, but it is crucial to get rid of all the resentments, the hatred, and be able to move on healthy. You know, and a lot of times that does involve staying away from the opposite sex or whatever you're attracted to. Because nothing pushes our buttons like relationships. Come on. We end up trying to please that other person so much that we forget about ourselves. At least that's what I do. So, all these things are possible, but you do have to be patient with the process. You do have to be, teachable. Just be teachable. You know, my friend that died of cancer, Carrie, she always used to say, we don't drink no matter what. We don't drink no matter what. And let me tell you something. She went through hell. That woman went through hell. And she did not pick up a drink. But she always remained teachable. She was always willing to forgive herself, to do the steps, to journal, to do whatever it took to stay sober. Now, there will be nights that you can't sleep, and your skin will crawl, and you will feel anxious sometimes, and you will feel, get cravings, but this too shall pass, I promise you. If you stick with it, if you keep relapsing, it won't pass. It'll keep coming back, obviously. I mean, that's like eating sauce, extra fat sausages every day and talking about, how come I'm getting fat? How come I can't lose this weight? Well, hello? Do you want something different or not? I mean, you can try it, and if, like they say in AA, if you can try it, and we'll refund your misery at any time. So, gosh, I hope you give yourself a chance. For me, it's been a huge relief to be able to leave the past behind, and the resentment I had and the hatred I had, to leave that behind, because it was such a burden. It was really such a burden. So I hope you give yourself a chance, and I hope this helps someone know that as a newcomer, we, cry a lot sometimes. We're very, very raw and vulnerable, and very desperate to cling on to someone for help. So that's why it's not good to get in a relationship the first year. The book doesn't say that, but we've learned from experience. And that book's, the book's pretty old, so I don't know. Back then, most people were married at a young age, but not anymore. So you're so raw, you're so vulnerable, you're so desperate, and your emotions are all over the place. And that's why it's not good to get Because it could drive you back to relapsing, or it could drive you to suicide. That's the truth. Right there. Okay? Most alcoholics die from some kind of injury. Usually it's a head injury from falling down, or they kill themselves. That's what I heard. So, we're just trying to beat the odds, guys. That's all we're trying to do. So I hope you got something out of my rambling, and sitting here taking a nice hot bath, because I love to do that. I do things that I like to do today, and I don't let anybody stop me. No pressure. I have that rash because I let a couple of people get to me, and I've since cut those people off. So whatever it takes to keep my world serene, that's what I do. And if that means somebody's head's got to roll, then so be it. But I really hope you guys are doing okay with this coronavirus thing. I really suggest that you listen to a lot of AA speakers. Pick up that phone. Reach out. You can do this. I have faith in you, man. Believe me, if I can do it, you can do it. Because I was really down there. I was getting a divorce. I was lost. My girls were grown up. They had their own lives. I was completely lost. My identity was like zero. And my self-esteem was too. So I found myself in AA. I found myself because I did the work. So I hope you'll do the same. Please appreciate and be grateful for what you already have. Much love, and talk to you on the rebound. Oh, I had to add something. Listen, guys. When you come in as a newcomer to AA, you're like fresh meat to some predators. So just be careful. Stick with the women. Women stick with the women. Men stick with the men. I just want to be honest with you, because a lot of these guys, they look for women that are coming in, newcomers. They know how raw you are because they were raw. And the same with, women that are looking for guys. These women that are looking for guys, they know how raw you are and how vulnerable you are. So please be careful with the predators. No relationships in the first year. I really recommend that, because that can totally derail you. Another thing is, the reason you do the steps in order is that the first 3 or 4 steps start to remove the insanity. They make you stronger. So by the time you get to step 9 to do your amends, you are fortified. You're like, you're just really strong and built up. You got a brick house inside of you. So that's why they're done in order, because you get down to causes and conditions. You clear away the wreckage of your past, and then step 9 is part of moving forward. So that's why it's so important that you do them in order. Lastly, I would say that today, my serenity is top priority, okay? I don't let anybody fuck up my serenity. Anyone. I don't care who it is. Even my children. I love my kids to death, but if they start fucking with my serenity, I'll have to say I love you and detach with love. Probably just take a break, because I'll never abandon them. But it is what it is, man. I need my serenity. I earned it. I deserve it today. And whatever messes with my serenity is out of my life. Okay, love you guys. And I really want the best for you. Even if you don't want the best for yourself. We will love you until you love yourself. Okay? Much love, and take care. Be safe out there. Now, these predators looking for newcomers, that's called 13th stepping. Just in case no one tells you, it's a well-known fact that people go after other people that they know are newcomers. So please, watch out for that. Now, what you're looking for is to get out of the driver's seat. You're looking to get out of the driver's seat of your life. because you already drove that shit into the ground, okay? You crashed against that wall so many times, it's not even funny. You're looking to get out of the driver's seat, and you're looking for new direction. So that's your primary goal. Get out of the driver's seat and look for new direction. Be teachable. Don't be stubborn, and follow directions, and be humble. Now, if somebody tells you you can't stay sober unless you have sex with them, or you pick up the dog poop in their backyard, don't do that. But you know what I mean. Use common sense. And get a higher power of your own understanding, okay? You need to do these things in order to change. And keep changing it up. Keep, just getting better and better at it. I'll be making more videos in the future, but that's all for now. But I just heard a speaker called Mary G. Mari, last name is G. She's Irish or Scottish or something like that. But she, that's a real good speaker. Just put AA speakers and then her name, and it'll pop up. But she says that the reason you need to do the steps in order is because it gets you prepared to face your reality. Okay, that's why you have to do them in order. I think that's a better description than the one I gave. It gets you prepared to face the reality and be able to do it without drinking. Okay, so I know I sound a little bossy and stuff, but it's just that I'm passionate. I'm passionate about this program. I'm passionate about your sobriety. And she also says that drug addicts should go to NA and CA. That we're doing you guys a huge service by taking you into AA, because our thing is alcohol, not drugs. But anyway, I'll leave that up to your discretion. You can talk to your sponsor about that, okay? Love you guys. Want the best for you. Please know that that I just want the best for you. So appreciate what you already have, and be well.